Today's carpentry project starts on the computer. I'm designing custom letter templates in Photoshop, dialing in the shapes before anything touches the wood. Once the layout looks right, transfer the designs onto 3/8-inch pine and start bringing the letters to life. Got the lumber here, so now I'm going to cut 6 identical squares that are going to be all the sides of the cube. For a clean, finished look, I cut 45-degree miters on every edge of the main pieces so the corners come together seamlessly. Being out of practice and having bad aim, got a couple shiners to deal with in different spots, so just going to hit those with a grinder just to get them down, and then I'll sand it smooth. You'll never know they're there. I rounded some edges for the vintage baby block look and left others square for the borders. I've decided to go with a plan B. I went ahead and cut these out. This will be the border for the letter R and the letter C on either end of the block. Cutting out of this 1/4-inch plywood, I just didn't like how it cut. I'm going to cut it out of this 1x12 pine. I'm actually going to trim it down to the size that I need, but I think that'll give me a better quality. So first thing to do, rip this down to 1.5 inches in width, and then we'll even rip it down even narrower as far as the thickness. And see if we can just smooth that out a little bit so it'll sit more flush. For the border pieces, I cut 45-degree miters on both ends. That way each corner comes together cleanly and the edges show consistent end grain, which makes sanding and finishing much easier. It's a small detail, but it really improves the final look. I made a jig just to hold these frame pieces in a right angle. What I'm going to attempt to do is glue these corners together, let it dry, and then I'll try to work with these pieces separately where I can sand them, paint them, and then I'm going to install the whole thing as one unit on the cube here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let it set for 10 minutes, and then I am going to loosen it out of this jig, because what I don't want to do is glue the pieces that I'm working with to the jig. Set that aside, let it dry. With carpentry, there isn't always a right way and a wrong way to do things. You just got to figure things out sometimes. Getting to a tricky part, so I've got these 2 frames done, and now they have to attach to the block here. The block's going to be white. This is going to be either blue or green. I don't want to paint this after it's already attached, so I'm going to try to figure out a way to get this sanded down flush without attaching it, and then paint and prime the 2 separate pieces, and then attach them afterwards. So wish me luck. This is my plan as far as how to get that top border to match flush. I've clamped it where it goes onto the block, and you can see there's a bit of a reveal here. So when I hit it with the belt sander, it's not going to scratch up. All the grains run in the same way, so it'll sand and blend really nice together. That is the reason why I cut my pieces with the grain running this way. So we got a pretty good fit here. It's sanded, everything's looking good, the joints are holding. So what I'm going to do, primer this. I'm going to primer this square on the inside, but not where the glue is going to attach. I will not primer the back, but I will primer the sides and the inside. And so I'm going to get that to dry, paint it, and then we will attach this permanently here once we get this primed and painted. And that way I won't have to do any stenciling, any kind of masking or anything when I paint it, and it'll look super clean lines. This is the border for the bottom side, so I forgot to show this on video, but I went ahead and painted it 2 coats. So this primered and painted it. So this is actually the finish color, but it's been sanded smooth to match on the bottom, so now I'm going to do the same on the top. little bit more tricky cutting out the letter R because it has a circle in the middle, so we can't just cut the jigsaw right into it. So what we're gonna do, got a drill bit, I don't know, this must be 3/8 or something like that. As long as the drill bit is bigger than the jigsaw bit, I'm gonna drill some starter holes inside the R, and that's gonna help me get the jigsaw in there and start making those cuts. Okay. All right, there we are, the R and the C, all primered up. And then we'll paint one green and one blue, and then they'll be ready to attach. The backside is not primered, so we got bare wood, so I can still glue that. So future me says that was a good call, making that change, switching from the 1/4" plywood on this perimeter and the letter, and switching to the pine that I ripped down to the proper size, because I think that looks way better. No edge grain showing, or at least the edge grain that is showing is more presentable. So good job, John. And of course, I finish it with my brand, a small way to show the love behind the work. Next up, 3 coats of glossy white paint to give it that smooth, bright, uniform finish. Super happy that the brand showed up through the paint. Wasn't sure about that, but we got it nice and deep. For the final step, I seal everything with 3 coats of clear polyurethane. That protective finish keeps the wood looking great and tough enough to handle years, maybe even generations, of use. Whether it's the photo prop or a little apple box, this piece is built to last.